Guinea's military leader Doumbouya sworn in as president amid democratic questions. In a ceremony watched closely across West Africa, General Mamadi Doumbouya was officially sworn in as president of Guinea on Saturday, marking a major milestone in the country's political trajectory since the 2021 military coup that upended constitutional rule. The inauguration in the capital, Conakry, capped months of political transition following the December 2025 presidential election, the first votes held in Guinea since Doumbouya's takeover 4 years ago. A formal transition from coup leader to elected president. Doumbouya, who seized power as a military commander in September 2021, entered the presidency after winning the election with an overwhelming 86.72% of the vote, according to official results later upheld by the country's Supreme Court. The ceremony took place at a vast newly constructed stadium on the outskirts of Conakry, where regional dignitaries and representatives from the African Union and the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, were in attendance, a sign of diplomatic engagement despite ongoing concerns about Guinea's democratic processes. I fully appreciate the immense responsibility that the people of Guinea have entrusted to me, Doumbouya said in his inaugural address. This mandate is not a personal honor, it is a commitment to the Guinean people. The election and its critics. The 2025 election represented the first popular vote since Doumbouya's coup ousted longtime President Alpha Condé. In the lead-up to the polls, the political environment was tightly controlled, major opposition figures were either in exile or sidelined, and international observers noted that campaigning took place amidst constraints on dissent and media freedoms. Despite the large margin of victory, critics said the election offered little genuine competition. Some opposition leaders initially challenged the results, alleging irregularities, but later withdrew petitions, and the Supreme Court confirmed the outcome. Political analysts have pointed out that while the vote technically marked a return to constitutional rule, the conditions surrounding it reflected deep imbalances in political space and public debate, a transition in form, if not in fully competitive practice. Domestic challenges remain. Guinea is rich in natural resources, particularly bauxite, one of the world's largest deposits, and the iron ore at Simandou, which only recently began producing after years of delays. Authorities are hoping that expanded mining and investment will deliver economic growth and jobs for Guineans. Yet these economic prospects contrast sharply with ongoing social hardship. According to the World Food Programme, half of Guinea's estimated 15 million people face high levels of poverty and food insecurity, a reminder that political transition remains intertwined with deep development challenges. Regional and international reactions. The presence of ECOWAS and other regional leaders at the inauguration underscores a broader interest in stability across West Africa, a region that has seen multiple coups and contested transitions in recent years. Nigeria's Vice President, Kashim Shettima, for example, attended officially representing President Bola Tinubu, signaling support for a return to constitutional governance even amid lingering concerns. Supporters of Doumbouya celebrated the ceremony as a moment of national pride and a step toward normalcy. Guinea is fully back on the international stage, one young supporter told reporters, expressing optimism about future prosperity. What comes next? As Doumbouya settles into his 7-year term, enabled by constitutional changes that extended presidential mandates and lifted previous bans on military candidates, Guinea enters a new chapter. Whether this transition will lead to broad political pluralism and inclusive economic growth is now the central question for citizens, regional partners, and international observers alike.